Fellow NeverCraft citizens, I am Trev, and I'm running for Prime Minister here on the NeverCraft server. As Prime Minister, if I'm elected, I will terraform areas of the shopping area and fill in empty space to make it look better. I will organize new roads and new areas of interest for the shopping area, as well as having a shop idea board and a suggested location board. I want to build back from the maelstrom better than before it hit. But the most important thing I want to do when I run is monitor the entire server for any trace of the maelstrom. I want to make sure that it doesn't reach here at all costs, and if it does, I will organize a new task force to stop it. Vote Trev. So basically, as you heard there, I am running for the safety of the shopping district and to make sure that the maelstrom doesn't hit here. I also want to terraform the shopping district, which is like the biggest thing in my campaign. Terraforming it and make new interests. Of course, I said I was going to make boards which are suggested ideas and shop ideas or in a suggested location. But yeah. Any questions?
What are you gonna do about the poor people in the server?
The poor people? Well, of course, I'm not going to charge the rich to help the poor. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a fancy kind of town square area where you can purchase a plot for a nice big shop, and that'll be like the area where everyone wants to go because it's super fancy. And basically, you'll have to pay to put a shop there.
What do you gain on having a shop there?
Well, you gain popularity, of course, because it's a town square area, and your shop will make more sales. We're redoing that question.
Yeah, so this is Trev from NeverCraft Channel 1. So what are you planning to do against vandalism and rude people on the server?
Assemble a new task force to try and find them, and when I find them, I will create a small jail cell area and lock them in there until they can be proven to not do this vandalism.
So you're building a prison?
Pretty much a small prison. But I'm not going to, of course, lock them in a dirty jail cell. I want it to be modern so they don't continue their anger rampage. Any other questions?
Okay, who do you need protection from?
The
Who do
maelstrom.
we need protection from?
The maelstrom.
But it doesn't exist, does it?
It does. Because I have found traces of radiation at Spec Space and Achilles Base, both similar to the maelstrom, but definitely Spec Space. And there's this green and goo stuff that has been around there, and I don't approve of it. It's very high. It has a lot of radiation, and it's not safe, and it is very close in similarity to the maelstrom's goo. So I have a feeling the maelstrom isn't completely gone. Plus, we're not in a different dimension or anything. We're in the same universe. We're in the same galaxy too. We were just in a rocket. We just went to a different planet. That can travel across the universe. And the maelstrom is a giant portal in the sky. I heard another question being asked.
What plans do you have to stop the maelstrom?
Well, of course, that all depends on what happens with it, and if it gets to the point where I need to assemble a new task force to actually find the source and stop it. My plan is, of course, to assemble a new task force, then to find the source of where all this energy is coming from, and build some sort of research lab around it, assemble another team that can research it, and find out how we can stop it, what its weaknesses are, where the weak points are, and destroy it once and for all. Any other questions?
Yeah, so this is Channel 1 again, and I want to ask you about your background. So how are you qualified and educated to make a judgment on the maelstrom? Because according to our information, this was not about radiation, so this was spores and fungi that grow and destroy blocks.
Oh, yes, I know. You may have known last season I had a giant, well, not a giant, but I did have a research lab back at the maelstrom where I conducted many tests on it. Of course, I had been paying close attention to what you guys, the maelstrom response team, were doing. And I was watching the meetings closely to see what you guys were talking about. And I have a lot of qualifications and a lot of information about the maelstrom, seeing as I had a giant research lab by it. Any other questions?
Yes. So where do you identify on the political spectrum? Are you more on the left or more on the right-wing side?
I'd say I'm near the center, but I'd say I'm more on the right side. Any other questions?
Yes. So why did you set up this meeting at this particular timing? Is this a special note to your voters, or what is that supposed to mean?
Was basically trying to stand and tell everyone what I'm running for and why. Get questions from the audience. And yeah, I really wanted to kind of tell what I'm all running for and such. This particular time, I just wanted to make it good for Universal because obviously we're in different time zones around the world, so I wanted
I've
to
got a
make it a
question.
good Universal time. Yes.
What type of people do you think will vote for you?
Yeah, the type of people that trust me and agree with me and think I will actually be a good prime minister, and that's depending on basically what I do in the campaign. So yeah, it's pretty uncertain, but yeah.
I've got a question.
Yes.
How are you gonna make sure everyone's beliefs are treated equally?
Well, I know there are some people on the server that do enjoy anarchy. So
Cool.
I'm thinking that I might be able to organize something with Spec where we can maybe organize an anarchy part of the server somewhere far away with some sort of limits. A Coliseum would be a good suggestion. That might be something we could do and such like that. So we can make an anarchy designated area that might be like 9x9 chunks or something like that, where the anarchy people can have their fair share of it. But of course, there needs to be limits so the server isn't lagged out.
Will you assign people to specific people to specific tasks?
Um,
And
that-
like government, like ministers.
I will decide that based on if they want to, if they sign up, or if I ask and they decide they do want to. Any other questions?
Why would we vote you as president or sorry, prime minister and pay you taxes instead, while we can have no prime minister and not give any taxes to anyone?
Having a prime minister makes things more organized and assembles things. Any other questions?
Yes. So this is channel 1 again. So if it is not you, who would you vote for instead? Who of the other candidates?
I'd probably say I trust Onion the most, or maybe
Oh,
Mir,
wow.
one of them.
Would you if the only way for you to win this election would be to join forces with another candidate, would you do it, and which one would it be?
I'd go Mir.
Is my
All for
Discord
showing
lag?
up to my speech. I really hope you enjoyed it and got a better view of what I'm running for. Yeah. Thank you all for showing up. Sorry about the redstone issues. And I really hope you guys enjoyed getting to know my campaign. Thank you all for showing up, and goodbye.
Well guys, that's all I have time for today. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. But guys, that being said, have a great day and don't forget to stay cool. See you guys.